Continuing on with the flat major scales. In the first video, you wrote out the C major scale. We talked about how the flat scales go to the fourth degree for the next flat scale. And that'll help you see the pattern of adding one flat, then that flat staying throughout the rest of the scales, then adding the next flat, and that flat staying throughout the rest of the scales, etc., so on, until you get to C flat major at the end. Here's the F major scale, which you've already written out. I go to the fourth degree of my F major scale. If you remember, in the sharp keys, we went to the fifth degree of C, and then went to the fifth degree all the way down in order to see that pattern of adding one sharp, then it stays, and then adding another sharp, etc., all the way down. So in the flats, we add each new flat to the fourth degree. We keep moving to the fourth. So the fourth degree of F happens to be B flat. So that means that I'm going to write out the B flat major scale next on that list as we go down the sheet. B flat major, B flat major. I'm going to start from down here. You could start it from that line and you're going to end up with the same number of ledger lines. It's up to you. So I've got a B flat. Now remember our pattern. Whole, whole, half. Whole, 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 half. Remember, I like to think of the half steps between 3 and 4 and 7 and 1. That's the way I remember it. Okay? So I'm in B flat major. I need a whole step. I need 2 whole steps and then a half step. So a whole step from B flat. Normally there's a half step between B and C. That's a natural half step. We've lowered that B a half step. So that means that our next note is going to be C. Okay? If we're on a C, the next note has to be some kind of a D. How far between C and D? It's a whole step. What do I need? I need a whole step. Perfect. Don't have to do anything. Okay, I'm on a D. The next note has to be some kind of an E. How far between D and E? It's a whole step. What do I need? I need a half step because it's 3 going to 4. So I've got to pull that note back, lower it a half step. The way you do that in music is by putting a flat before it. Okay? So we've lowered that to an E flat. Now we need 3 wholes and a half to finish off our scale. So I'm on an E, I'm on some kind of an E, so the next note has to be some kind of an F. Okay? E flat to F is a whole step, because E to F is one of our half steps, E and F and B and C. Right? So we've lowered that E 1 half step, so we have a nice whole step there from E flat to F. We're good. We're on an F, the next note has to be some kind of a G. F to G is how far? F to G is a whole step. What do we need? We need a whole step, so we're good. And now our last whole step. We're on a G, so the next note has to be some kind of an A. Okay, G to A is how far? G to A is a whole step. We need a whole step, we're good. Now 7 to 1 is a half step. We're on an A, the next note has to be some kind of a B. A to B is how far? A to B is a whole step. We need a half step. So we've got to lower that B to a B flat. And this is the B flat major scale. B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. Okay, in the next video, we go to the fourth degree of B flat, which is E flat, so we'll write out the E flat major scale.